In this video, we are going to cover how to convert Roman letters to integer. Hello, I am Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in interview preparation in any ways, I will be happy. In our previous video, we saw how to convert strings to integer. Basically, we get the digit which is of type string and then we convert to integer using the int function. This is completely different from that. If you see this as a mere conversion, then you end up complicating the code. First of those who don't understand the Roman numbers, let's discuss about that first. In this exercise, we assume we are going to talk about the numbers which is less than 4000, like 3999. Okay. Basically, we have 7 characters to understand. This I is 1, V is 5, X is 10, L is 50, C is 100, D is 500 and M is 1000. So these are the Roman letters. On the right side we have the corresponding values. For example, if you say you want to write 2, then you have to say I and I. So 1 plus 1, 2. If you say 12, then you start with X which is 10 and then I and I. So this is 10 plus 1 plus 1, 12. We say 27, then we just say X is 10, 20, 5, 6, 7, right? So X is 10 plus another 10 plus another 5 plus 2. So this is 27. If you see this, it's returned from the large number to the smaller number. So X is larger than 5, 5 is larger than 1. But if you want to write 4, right? If you want to write 4, it's not 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So instead we just say 1, 5. That means this is minus 1 plus 5 equal to 4. If you want to write 9, then it's going to be 1 and X. This is minus 1 plus 10 equal to 9. If you write a smaller number before a larger number, then we subtract that smaller number from the bigger number. Okay. So 1 is smaller than 5. So if you write it before that larger number, that means you have to subtract 1 from 5. Here 1 is less than 10. So we subtract 1 from 10. So there are 6 instances where this subtraction happens, where you put the smaller number in front of the larger number. First, if you take 1, it can be placed before 5 and 10. So it becomes 5 becomes 4 and 10 becomes 9. You can put the X which is 10, it can be placed before L which is 50. And then C which is 100. So you put XL, that means it's 40, XC is going to be 90. Same for C. It can be placed before D and M. When you put before D, D becomes 400 and then when you put before M, it becomes 900. So you have to understand, if it's the small numbers are after the greater number, we have to add that. The small numbers are before the greater numbers, we have to subtract that. Okay, so this is the basic concept when you convert the Roman letters into integer. Okay, so let's have few examples. We just have 12, 27, right? So if you want to put 50, that means we just have to take 50. Okay. So what number is, sorry, this is L. Okay. So what number is LV111? So what number is this? So L is 50 plus V is 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 equal to 58. Okay. What is this? MCMXCIV. Okay, so what number is this? So M is 1000 plus C comes before M, right? The small number comes before the larger number. So we just say C is minus 100 plus M is 1000. The next is X and C. X is 10, C is 100. So the smaller number comes before the larger number. So we say minus 10 plus 100. And the next one is 1 and 4. So 1 is smaller than 5, right? So we just say minus 1 plus 5, 4, right? So this is 4 and this is 900 and this is 90. Okay. So we say 1000 plus 900 plus 90 plus 4 equal to 1994. So this is how we break down the Roman letters, Roman numbers into normal integers. We are going to consider this as the logic and we are going to write the code. Okay. Let's go here. We can keep this as a reference. Okay. Just bring it here. Okay. Let's start with the input 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's start with the function growwithdata. So first what we are going to do is we have that reference here, right? 1, 5. We are going to make that as a dictionary, the Roman dictionary. 1, the key value pair is the Roman letter and the integer. So the key is the Roman letter and the value is the integer. Okay, we just keep that as a reference and then we say result equal to, initially you put 0 and then we are going for the loop for index in range length of s. So when you break down the numbers, the best example is this, right? 1994. So whenever we loop in the string, if it's a last digit, right? So whatever happens, the last digit, you just add to the rest of it. So whatever comes here, we just add the last one. So when you're looping in, we just check if the index value is the last value. Length of s is going to be, if this is a string, then length of s is going to be 3 and the index is going to be 2 for the last character. So the index is going to be the last character, then whatever the result is, we just say result plus, we are going to use the dictionary and get the actual value of that character, s of index. So what you are doing, so if you are looping in the string, if you find the index is the last position, then whatever the result we have, we just take that reference from the dictionary, the key, and then you add the value to that result. Okay. So that's the last digit. If it's not the last digit, what we do? If that specific value, right? If you get V or if you get 1, we just check that value. Okay. If it V or I, whatever it is, if that value is less than the next value, so that's what it is, right? So whenever you have a value, you check what is the next value. If that is greater than the previous one, we have to subtract. If not, we just add. That's what we understood, right? So s of index plus 1. So whatever the index we get, if we are going to find the next position of it. First, if you get here, we just put this one as a reference, so it's much easier to understand, right? Okay. So if we are in the second position, right, C, we just check what is the next one, M. Is m less than c? No, it's not, right? If it's less than c, then you add it. If it's greater than c, then you have to subtract that c value, right? So we just check if the current position is less than this. Yes, if it's less than the next position, then we just say result equal to result minus the s of index, whatever the key value pair in the dictionary. Just get the value and subtract from the result. If not, basically we just add that to the result, right? Result equal to result plus that one. So once the loop is done, return result. So what we did, we are taking that string and then we find the length of it and put the range. It starts with 0 till the length of s. First it finds if the index is the last position. If it's the last position, you just add to the result. If not, if the current position character, the Roman character, is less than the next one. If it is less than the next one, then you subtract from the result. If it's greater than, then it's easy, just add to the result. So basic algorithm we did. Now we call the function and see what is the result. So 1994. If you put 1, 2, 3, it's 3, right? So if you find this as a basic conversion, if you try to convert using the int function and other things, it's going to be complicated. But when you understand how the Roman letter works, right? The previous one, the next one, that's the basic logic, right? If you understand these conditions, this one and this one, how it works, then we can simply go to the loop and then find the position of it. If the last position, it's always go into the first if condition. It's not going to come here. So it's not going to throw an error anytime. Okay. So this is a simple question. When you understand the flow of it, then it's very simple. But when you, in the interview point of it, if you are going to present this code, better you have a better format. Since the coding is so simple, the format is going to impress the interviewer. So how will you do that? So instead of the range and then you go with the dictionaries, what I will do is I will just do the enumerate part, right? Enumerate of the string, and then we get the index and val. So wherever you get this one, we just put the val function. Just put val. Dictionary of the val, where else you put that. So here anyways you have to get the next position, you just get it. Okay. So the same result, but you have a better coding, not calling that yes of all the time. Okay, that's one. Second one is, instead of saying result equal to result plus, you just simply say result equal to plus equal to the value. This one is minus equal to call the dictionary, and this one is plus equal to call the dictionary. Okay, this also works fine. So let me copy this. 1994. Okay, so this also works fine. The other one is, you say if, else, and then another if, else, right? Instead of that, you can simply say else if. So else if this, else this, right? So the code looks much better than the initial version of it, right? Okay. So for our practical purpose, for practice purpose, if you want to have more examples, then you bring up the assert function and do few more examples. This is 3, this is 4, the 9, 58 and 9 and 4. So everything works fine. So now if you see, when you start with this, all the explanation and the conversion looks so complex, but when you break down the process, it's only 1 or 2 conditions you have to check, and this dictionary makes your life so simple, right? Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.